Hi, I'm Nick Casale. I've been an instructor here at Musicians Institute for over 10 years now, where I teach a series of core and elective classes on Adobe software, as well as graphic and web design. While it's always beneficial, no art or design experience is required for anything that we're about to talk about. Again, these are beginner tips. And of course, if you want to find out any more about me or my work, feel free to check me out on my website, Instagram, YouTube, any of these places up here. Feel free to reach out and say hi. And of course, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. Anyways, enough about that. Let's get started. So this video is all about the importance of color. And I can't stress that enough, how important color is in any design project, big or small, beginner or professional alike. It doesn't matter. For most people, color is the first thing that we kind of perceive with any kind of art or visual design, anything like that. It's what draws us in. It tells us how to feel. It can even start to let us know like what a band sounds like or what a concert is going to be like just by how that thing looks through color. The color palette you choose for your designs is extremely crucial for sending the right message, connecting with the right audience, triggering the right emotions, not to mention just helping it stand out and compete with everybody else's promotional materials. So let's take a look at this. This is just a really simple flyer, similar to something we've seen in some other videos if you watch those. At the moment, the color palette is really not doing this flyer any favors. It's dull, it's boring, nothing really stands out. It's not telling me anything about the band or the event really. And let's just take a look at the exact same flyer with some quick color tweaks. And I've intentionally left the fonts here pretty simple and neutral just to focus on the color. You can immediately see looks so much better. We're getting a feel for the music, the mood of the event, and all of that. And of course, color being as important as it is, let's just take a look at the exact same flyer with a quick palette swap, which is where we just kind of change the overall color scheme. And all of a sudden, it's a completely different mood, completely different vibe. And that is just a quick example of how important color is with your projects. So how do we start exploring and even creating our own custom color palettes to start using in our design projects? Let's take a look at a couple of really cool resources that we can use to do just that. Now, probably your first stop, and this is definitely my personal favorite, I use it all the time, almost every day, really, is one called Adobe Color. It's a website. Technically, it's free to use, so you can use a lot of the tools here without signing in, having an account, or anything like that. Of course, it does get much better and much more useful if you do have an Adobe account and you're signed in due to some really nice cloud integration. But again, topics for another video. So this website has a couple of great sections that are really useful immediately. Number one, great place to start is simply by clicking Explore up at the top. And what this will basically show you is a near infinite amount of color palettes, which are going to be combinations of 5 colors. And you can search by keywords like sunset or reggae or anything that you could possibly want. And there's a pretty good chance you're going to find some color palettes that work really well. One little note on that, this is a user-generated database, so you will get a mix of color palettes that are really beautiful and maybe not quite so much. So when you scroll through, it's going to be up to you to pick some combos that you really like. And important to know that you don't necessarily need to use all 5 colors. You could just use 3 or 4 or even just 2. It's just about seeing a variety of color and seeing them next to each other and interacting with each other. That's really great here. Now you can take screenshots of these, drag them into your favorite design software and use something called the eyedropper tool to just pull those colors in and start using right away. Or every color palette here has quick access to something called the hex code. And that's an industry standard color language that you can bring to websites, design software, or anything like that. Simply copy and paste it, and you've got the color there to start using. Another really great thing about Adobe Color, and I think this is great, especially for beginners, is there's a section called Extract Theme. And what this basically allows you to do is you can take any picture that you found, could be something that you maybe took on your phone, but usually this would be something that you find, on the internet, through Google, through Instagram, through Pinterest, something like that. Something you really like the color palette from. In Extract Theme, you can take that picture, you can upload it, and you can do just that. You can extract a theme or a color palette directly from it and start using that in your own projects, which is really great. One other thing that's worth mentioning before we close things down here is there's an app you can get for your phone, and this is on iPhone and Android. It's called Adobe Capture. Probably my personal favorite companion app to Adobe's Creative Suite, at least for the stuff that I like to do. What this lets you do is so much, but a key component of it is selecting color palettes. You can manage them on your phone. You can even use your phone's camera to create color palettes on the go, which is really awesome if you're just ever in a museum, you see some graffiti or anything like that, and you just really think to yourself, those colors are beautiful. I would like to use those. You can do that very easily with Adobe Capture. Right, so make sure in all your projects that you're putting great attention into creating striking, beautiful color palettes as best you can, because it is really crucial. Like I said, first thing that people see, it really sets the mood and tells us how to feel. So make sure that you're taking your color palettes to the next level on all your design projects. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you found some of these tips useful. These are really just a taste of some of the things that we get into in MI's visual media core and elective classes. I'm sure you know this, but music industry these days requires a lot of work and more than just great music to find success. And these classes are all about giving musicians of all backgrounds the fundamental art and design skills that they need to compete in the real world. Feel free to leave a comment below if there's any questions or if you want to see something in a future video. And again, thanks for watching. I hope to see you soon in classes either online or in our campus in Hollywood.